Hello and welcome back to the Cognism channel, where we bring you the coolest insights and tips for crushing it in sales and marketing this year. Today we're diving into a topic that every salesperson needs to master: sales prospecting. So grab your pen and paper, let's get started. So what is B2B sales prospecting, I hear you ask? Well, imagine you're on a treasure hunt for potential customers who will bring in a boatload of revenue. That's B2B sales prospecting. It's like being a detective seeking out those perfect leads and turning them into paying customers. Pretty exciting, right? And the good news is there are loads of strategies that you can use to make sales prospecting a success. And here they are. So here are 10 actionable techniques to level up your prospecting game. First up, we have something really important: defining your ideal customer profile, or ICP. You'd be surprised how many sales leaders skip this crucial step. So what your ICP is your ICP helps you determine if your prospects are likely to buy your product. So talk to your happiest customers and see what connects them. So start by considering factors like location, company size, and budget. Then put all the info you've learned into one document you can then refer to when you're out there prospecting. So as an example, this is what Cognism's ICP looks like. But one thing to remember is to keep refining your profile as you learn more about your prospects. It should change as your business changes and grows. Just as important as defining your ICP is defining your goals. Not having goals for your sales prospecting is like setting sail without a map. You'll get lost. So what could your goals look like? They could be any of these: research or fact finding, booking a meeting, scheduling a sales demo, cross-selling or upselling, retaining a customer, closing a deal. Or your goal might be to simply build a relationship with your prospect. For example, if you're reaching out to a cold prospect, someone who's never heard of your company before, you'll need to build a trust with them before progressing to the next steps. After all, trust is very important in B2B sales. Potential customers want to feel confident that they're doing business with a trustworthy organization. So focus on establishing a good relationship from the start. That way, you're laying a strong foundation for future success. Next, we have the power of research. Before making contact, gather as much information as you can about your prospects. The key here is to source accurate contact data like B2B emails and mobile phone numbers. And if you didn't know already, that's where tools like Cognism come in. With a compliant B2B contact database, you can efficiently prospect with 98% accurate mobile numbers and emails. So say goodbye to slow sales prospecting and the risks of using non-compliant data. So what about the types of data you'll need? These 5 types of data are all important for B2B sales prospecting, and Cognism provides them all. So number 1, demographic data. So this is a data about people, such as names, job titles, email addresses, phone numbers, and location. Secondly, firmographic data. Data about companies such as industry, office location, number of employees, and revenue. Technographic data. This is all about the technology your prospects use, such as their tech stack or integrations. Chronographic data, also known as sales triggers. These are any events that make a sale more likely, such as when a company moves location or gets new funding. Intent data. This is all about your prospects' online behavior and whether it indicates they're ready to buy. So this is things such as like prospects searching for a competitor. So you've defined your customer and researched them. Now, what is next? So sales prospecting technique number 3 is all about understanding the company's internal structure. It's like being a master detective, unraveling the mysteries of the corporate world. In this step, you need to reach out to people at different levels in the organization. So take time to understand who's who and who reports to who. And how should you do it? First off, start by prospecting to juniors. This is so you can get an understanding of their company's structure, processes, and pain points. Then progress to middle management. Try to create some internal champions who can sell your product to the higher up decision makers. Then prospect to different departments. Make sure you can get buy-in from all the stakeholders involved in signing off a deal. Then prospect to different territories. If the company has multiple offices, consider prospecting to more than one. Create some internal buzz about your product, and then finally pitch to the decision makers. So tailor your pitch according to the pain points and the challenges you've learned. Speaking of pain points, how do you find out what they are? A good idea is to have a discovery call with your prospects. This is a 15 to 30 minute call that's simply about discovering information about them and their business. It's not about selling at this stage. It's about gathering intel that'll help you later on. And to discover a prospect's pain points, you have to ask them the right questions. So here's a list from Cognizant's sales team. Number 1, what would you rate your current solution out of 10? What does your existing processes look like? What are your core KPIs? How long does a problem you have take? What's the approximate budget for solving this problem? What are the goals that your company is working towards? What are the main challenges that your company faces? What does success look like for your business? Are you the decision maker on a project like this? And who else is involved in choosing a vendor? So when you get the answers to these questions, then you can position your product as the solution to your prospect's pain. So I mentioned earlier about sales triggers, but it's worth highlighting them as things you really need to take advantage of in B2B sales prospecting. Sales triggers are like secret opportunities that open doors to your prospects. So think about promotions, new funding, mergers, all of the exciting stuff. The trick here is to identify these triggers and use them to engage your prospects. But tracking sales triggers manually can be very time consuming, and that's where technology comes into play. Cognizant has a treasure trove of event-based triggers built right into its platform. It does the hard work for you so you save time and helping you strike the iron whilst it's hot. It's like having a crystal ball for sales prospecting success. Moving on to technique number 7, building your personal brand. So here's a prospecting idea that packs a punch. So your potential buyers are hanging out on various social media channels, and if you're not there, you're missing out on a golden opportunity. Did you know that a whopping 82% of customers look up vendors on platforms like LinkedIn before even replying to their outreach? So start by creating a killer LinkedIn profile and engaging with your connections and followers. Share valuable content that showcases your expertise and builds trust. When people see you as a thought leader, they'll be eager to hear about your offering. It's all about standing out in the digital crowd. Now, let's explore technique number 8, prospecting into different departments. When prospecting in B2B, and especially for medium to enterprise level businesses, you need to become a strategic mastermind. You'll be speaking to different people in various departments like RevOps, sales, finance, and legal. The secret here is to get their approval of your product before you even demonstrate it. During your research phase, you'll gather valuable insights about each team. Armed with this info, you can personalize your outreach. Sure, you can use cold calling scripts and email templates as a starting point, but you don't want to stick to them rigidly. Tailor your approach every time to make it relevant and captivating. The sort of messaging that work for sales directors may not work for CFOs. In B2B prospecting, it's all about winning hearts and minds. Technique number 9 is all about being active and persistent. Remember, not every conversation will lead to an immediate win. According to Gartner's research, it may take up to 18 dials to connect with a buyer. That's why you need to have as many conversations as possible. A good tip, especially when prospecting into enterprise companies, is to contact a junior level employee. Cast your net wide and reel in those responses. All you need is to get 1 or 2 of them to reply, from who the decision makers are to the tools they're currently using and the issues they face. Junior level employees hold a wealth of information and will speed up your sales prospecting. They're a really valuable resource for any prospecting strategy. Okay, so we're now on the final step, and this final step is like taking a compass and guiding you towards success. So by analyzing your results, you'll identify which prospecting tactics give you the best outcomes. So select some metrics, track them, and use them to uncover areas for improvement. It's about learning from your successes and your failures. So which metrics are best to track? So here are some ideas. Activity metrics, such as the number of dials and emails per day and the time spent on the phone. These give you an idea of the effort you're putting into prospecting. Results-based metrics, like the number of sales qualified leads generated and the number of meetings booked with an account executive. These give you a clear picture of the impact of your prospecting efforts. And there you have it, 10 fantastic sales prospecting tips to boost your success. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Cognism's channel for more awesome content. I'll be back soon with more exciting sales strategies and insights. Until then, keep prospecting like a champion.